And welcome back to the last episode of the regular season of Season 3 of the Ohio Only Challenge. To finish off, we have 5 games. Those being against the Titans, Browns, Commanders, Chargers, and Steelers. Now, I don't know necessarily how each one of these teams are doing. I do know how the Steelers are doing, as we just had a tremendous game against them at the end of last episode. Don't look above the Titans if you don't want to see the spoiler. If you haven't already watched that episode, go watch it. Even if you already looked at the score, go watch it. It was a great ending to that episode. So I think, based off of the preliminary look here, it's not going to be an episode of which we're going to focus primarily on any 1 or 2 games. I think we'll just kind of go with the flow, take care of some housekeeping things like signing some players, and then kind of just see how the games fall. To start off with, we do have the Tennessee Titans, and they are 5-7 on the year. They're not great, not awful. I would say not good, not awful. Kind of just But they do have Jonathan Taylor, who's always a threat, and we do have a couple opportunities for some breakouts in this game. Coach, have you been paying much attention to Jerome Baker? Obviously. He played an awesome game last week. Keep an eye on that guy. If he has another big game against the Titans this week, we might have a future superstar on our hands. He's been playing great for us the entire series. I don't know why he hasn't gotten this opportunity earlier. Hold the Titans to less than 200 total yards, or get Jerome Baker 2+ interceptions, forced fumbles, tackles for losses, or sacks. It's something he definitely could get done. The other breakout is a tandem breakout. This is Garrett Wilson. Man, Chris Olave took our last game over and couldn't be stopped. Big thanks to him and Schillinger to how that Steelers game went. Are you ready to see me go off like that today? The first couple seasons, we definitely thought Garrett Wilson was our number 1 receiver. Olave, I think this season has pushed and become that number 1 guy. So I'm going to challenge wide receiver Garrett Wilson. Don't ask me, show me. Same things we saw in the last episode with Sauce Gardner. So for Chris Olave, he already, just because of inspiring his teammate, earned 2,500 experience points. But Garrett Wilson needs to have 150 plus receiving yards against the Titans. That's not what I necessarily think will happen. Bonus goal touchdowns with Garrett Wilson will give him bonus rewards if his goal is completed. So he could get something fantastic out of this. We'll see. And it will be a sim. And we are starting off this episode with our 4th win in a row, and a pretty solid win, 35-14. Tennessee only able to put points on the board in the 4th quarter. In this game, Paul Schillinger throws 312 yards, 1 touchdown. He was sacked 3 times. That's something we saw crop up in the Steelers game. We've just been giving up a lot more sacks of recent. He only completed 65% of his passes as well. In the rushing department, 4 rushing touchdowns for Zeke Elliott, 84 yards, 18 carries. Schillinger had 4 carries for 12 yards, and Paris Campbell 2 of 10. No rushes for any of our backup running backs. In the receiving game, Garrett Wilson does have a good game, but nothing spectacular. 85 on 6. Rayshon Holiday had 81 on 7. Ruckert 61 on 8 plus 6 points. Olave, after his huge game last week, a little bit more relaxed this game, 50 on 5. And Elliott 35 on 3. Over on defense, Jerome Baker led us in tackles with 7. He did have a tackle for loss. But did he? No, he didn't have any interceptions. Did he force any fumbles? No, he didn't. So unless we held them under 200 yards total, I believe it was, I don't think we're getting any of these big upgrades. And the Titans had 260 yards. So I don't think either of these players are getting any of the boosts to either their dev trait or just XP gains. But he did lead us in tackles. And Hubbard and Young combined to lead us in tackles for loss, both with 2, and then Baker, Warner, and Togiai each had 1. Sacks, we did actually have some this game, which is good. Chase Young with 1.5, Hubbard with 1, and then half for Werner. And Derek Forrest got out there and actually got an INT. Not too bad for a backup safety. And in the kicking department, Sam Sloman did not attempt any field goals, and he made 3 of 4 extra points. So missed out on a singular point to add to our total score of 35. And to confirm, Jerome Baker didn't have the game I was hoping he'd have, and it's my fault. I either misread his talent or I didn't put him in a good position to succeed. Either way, it's a big letdown. We still got a big win, so that's what matters most. I was ready to go heading into this week, but things just didn't go my way once the game started. I need to be better than that. He still had like 80 plus yards, so I think he had a great game. He just didn't have a tremendous game. But that leaves us with the second bout of the Ohio Bowl. Now, either way, no matter what happens in this game, we pretty much have secured the Ohio Bowl victory for the third year in a row. So either way, we will be winning our third straight Ohio Bowl. We will go ahead and sim through the Cleveland Browns. We've watched them quite often in this series, so we might maybe watch a bit of the Commanders or the Chargers game, and then we'll definitely watch a little bit of the Steelers game as well. And we nearly fall victim to the trap game, but in overtime, we walk the game off. Not what you would really want to see against a 3-10 team. Came in a bit too confident. In this game, Paul Schillinger throws for 245, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, was sacked 5 times. That's happening way too much the last few games, completing once again 65% of his passes. And Zeke Elliott averaged 5 yards a carry, 60 yards on 12 carries. Schillinger 24 on 6. Josie Love gets 2 carries for 5 yards, and Reggie Gilliam 1 carry for 2. In the receiving department, Jeremy Ruckert stacking them up, 84 on 9. Holiday gets a touchdown on 4 catches for 67 yards. Olave also in the end zone, 4 catches, 39 yards. And then 34 on 4 for Zeke. And DeGuara, 1 catch, 11 yards. And Garrett Wilson, only 2 catches for 10. That's not too good for him. Over on defense, Jerome Baker again leads us in tackles with 9. Tackles for a loss spread out 1 each for Young, Bell, Hamilton, Gardner, Hubbard, and Togiai. And we were sacked 5 times, but we also got our own 4 sacks, so fairly close. 1.5 for Young, 1 for Hubbard and Togiai, and then half of 1 for Cole Lawrence, the rookie linebacker. So nice to see him getting some stats out there. And then 2 interceptions on the day, 1 for Von Bell and the other for Kendall Sheffield. And a bounce-back game for Sam Sloman, 2 for 2 on extra points and 1 for 1 on field goals. And on top of that, despite us almost dropping a game, we won in OT, but the Ravens lost. But now we are number 1 in the AFC North. If we drop a game and the Ravens win a game, we'll go back to having that tie. But a huge game here, so we're definitely going to watch part of it. The Washington Commanders have a top-ranked offense, defense pretty solid as well. They are 12-2 on the season. So we're definitely going to watch probably a majority of this game and then kind of skip through a little bit of the next couple games. So let's jump on into this game against the Commanders, where a win would be huge. If we look at the playoff picture before we jump in, we still have that second seed. The Bills are in that first seed with the first round bye. So we're still chasing that 1 seed. But we need to make sure we keep winning. So let's jump in here to the game against the Commanders. And we are underway, rocking those orange alternate jerseys with the orange decal alternate white pants. Best way I could describe it. Gain of 6 on the first play. Their pass from Derek Carr to Stephon Diggs. Like I said, this is a very well-built Washington Commanders team, and we're definitely going to need to put together a good game, and a pick there would have been great. from Denzel Ward, but he ends up dropping it. We'll bring up a 3rd and 6, empty set here, 2 to the top, 3 to the bottom. It will be obviously a pass across the middle. This time goes to number 84. Not quite sure who that is. So not only do they have a top-end running back receiver, they also have a top-end tight end. Derek Carr, the quarterback, I wouldn't say top-end. I like Derek Carr, but definitely not a top-end guy. Will be a play action here. We got pass rush coming in, and it collapses in on him. Sam Hubbard will, we'll get credit for that. Wow. Took a little drink of water, so hopefully my voice won't just die on me like it just did there. 2nd and 22, quick pass to the outside, or to the bottom. Is to Chubb, gain of about 7, bringing up 3rd and 15. We'll come out with a shotgun set, 2 to the top. I think another 2 to the bottom as well. Derek Carr pass to about the 50. Caught and not down yet. Still running, but will end up losing about 5 yards there. Is Mark Andrews bringing up 4th and 8. Defense gets the stop. And as the offense takes the field, will be our first time watching Paul Schillinger as a superstar dev quarterback. So far this season, he's a little bit under 4,000 passing yards, should get there in this game, and has a 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, which as a rookie is not bad. On first down there, though, we do get a great run to start off with an 8-yard gain. Zeke Elliott down the middle, followed up with another run down the middle. Found a nice gap. Would have liked him to stay maybe one in instead of trying to cut up. But it ends up not really mattering as we're going to get a block in the back by Garrett Wilson. So now on a new 2nd and 8, we actually end up losing about 6 yards. Will be another run. Looks like that is Josie Love. Indeed it is. Gain of about 5. Not too bad. Nice to see him getting a decent rotation in. 3rd and 3. One lone receiver to the bottom, I believe, is Olave. Then a bunch to the top. I almost said stack, but a bunch. And we will get the catch. Nice hands in tight coverage. I want to say Holiday. Indeed it is Holiday. And that was Slade Jr. on the coverage. And if you watched the Eagles-Vikings game, you know how good of coverage he can still provide. Schillinger to the top of the screen and just overthrows Garrett Wilson. Even as a superstar dev, we will still get some misses. His ratings, while not bad or not tremendous either. Definitely need to work a little bit on his accuracies, but a nice screen pass here gives us a first down pass midfield to Elliott. Marked as a gain of 16, gives us a first down in plus territory. Will be a read option here. Schillinger will run, and he'll cut up, take the contact, and get a gain of 6. And I feel like there's some mixed reviews on how people feel about the Commanders' new uniforms. I kind of like them. Let me know what you guys think down in the not in the description. That's for me. In the comment section, Schillinger throws out of a sack to Rucker, who will get forward for the first down, about a gain of 8. Nice patient play there from Schillinger. Waited to see if something opened up downfield, but then took the open receiver underneath. And of course, one of his superstar traits, if you didn't see at the end of last episode, is that the receiving prowess of his tight ends when open on a pass play is increased. However, there on that first down doesn't help as we barely throw out of another sack. 2nd and 10, looks like 3 receivers at the bottom. Will be another pass check down to Zeke, who will cut forward, get the first down to about the 22. Some pretty steady passing here, mixed with a little bit of running. But we definitely get Zeke involved a bit in the passing game as well. So he gets his touches, but a sack there. Try to set up the screen pass, but not good enough blocking. Alexander will get the sack. We'll bring up 2nd and 16 at the 28. Will be a trip look to the top. Schillinger will take the snap and waiting, and will finally throw it out of bounds to the top of the screen. Now for a 3rd and long, we're going to come out with a lone receiver up top, bunch to the bottom. Zeke in the backfield. Schillinger will find Zeke, who had open running room. You would hope he would have accelerated to the open space. 4th and 1 early in this game. We're going for it at the 13. Got to be aggressive. 4th and 1, and they come stacked in the middle. Who do they have there in the middle? Drew Patterson, a draftee who's an X factor. And we're going to run right at him. Josie Love will get the first down at about an extra yard and a half to the 10. And that's actually how we end the first quarter as well. So to open the second quarter, back into the sim, first and goal at the 10. The furthest back you could be with a first and goal. And he just went right through, I believe that was our left tackle, who maybe whiffed on it. I don't know, but that was a bad attempt at a block. Brings up second and goal at the 18, but it looks like Madden's reading it as just second and goal rather than 18 yards that need to be gained. With a good rush, though, from Zeke, gets us back about to the 10. Third and goal, I couldn't jump in time. Well, third and goal, what do we go for? Lone receiver to the bottom is Holiday, bunch up top. Schillinger finds someone, but that someone can't find the toes in the end zone. So 11 yards from the end zone. What can we put together here? And we did have a guy for a second. We have another guy late, and Garrett Wilson, he'll get his touchdown. Could have used that earlier in the episode, but we will find him here and take an, not even an early lead. We're into the second quarter. And with a couple games to get through, let's jump into a little bit of a quicker sim. Nick Chubb gets a gain of 4, followed by another gain of 4, making it 3rd and 3, and then he loses 3 yards. Good stuff by the defense. Gets a stop, and we'll get the ball right back. And to start our drive, it is a throwaway, 2nd and 10. 7-yard rush by Zeke, making it 3rd and 3, and a penalty from Holcomb will give us the first down. Follow that with another rush by Zeke, gain of 5. Olave found for a gain of 9 through the air. And then back to Zeke, pretty well balanced so far. Zeke once again get us close. It does give us the first down, but it's another sack. That's already, 4 sacks early in this game. 3rd and 22. We get a gain of 7 and punt this one away? No, field goal made. Sam Sloman, nice leg. And 26 yards to Stephon Diggs with about 2 minutes left, about midfield. Let's jump in, see what this defense can do. And by jump in, I meant more just watch as we hit the 2-minute warning with a 10-0 lead. Derek Carr and the Commanders trying to scratch away at their deficit as they come out empty set here. Will be a pass because there's no quarterback draw. Pass across the middle goes Stephon Diggs, about a gain of 7. Yes, I think that was Diggs. No confirmation there. Inaccurate pass. Try to go again with that quick stop. Seems like the CPU just doesn't know how to complete those passes. 3rd and 3. Trips to the top. 1 lone receiver to the bottom. Chubb in the backfield. Derek Carr throws across the middle. Complete. First down to the 35. That was complete to Curtis Samuel. So start to see a little bit of recurring theme here with their receiver group, and that one's picked off. Jerome Baker, if he had that earlier, he also would have got the dev boost, but he's taken this one to the house. 17-0 with a made PAT, a minute 10 seconds left in the first half. And let's try to get on into halftime. Mark Andrews gain of 10, followed by 16 to Jones Jr., which we're going to see again for some reason. And end of the drive. I'm not sure what just happened. Guess somehow we got the ball, but it was not in the game log. So we might be able to tack some more points on the board here before half. About 30 seconds left on the clock. 7-yard rush or pass to Josie. 13 yards, Garrett Wilson. Do we have time? We do. Rucker into the end zone, giving us a 24-0 lead. 5 seconds left before halftime. I think we need to start simming a little bit quicker through this game. So let's go ahead and sim this quarter here, and I probably should have made this go faster. So let's actually jump to the fast. And we put some more points on the board. Washington finally gets their own points, but in the fourth quarter, it is 38-7. I think we go ahead and just quick sim this on through. 38-7 as we start the fourth. They do put some more points on the board, and they are slowly crawling back in this game, but we shut it down 41 to I think 22. A solid, not even solid, a great win against a great team. They had a higher overall than we did, but Schillinger and the Bengals, the rest of the Ohio boys, could not be denied. We finished this game off with 214 passing yards, 176 rushing yards, 3 takeaways. Not too bad. And after getting that victory, a couple upgrades here. I don't always show the upgrades, but every now and then I do like to include it. Get one to our vet, Corey Lindsley here, +1 to awareness, pass block finesse, run block, and run block finesse. And we also have an upgrade for Sauce Gardner. So we'll continue to do the man-to-man with him, up to an 85 with the +3 morale as he gets +3 man coverage. Curious about his ratings up to this point. This is what it looks like, getting a nice boost as well from that morale. And after that win, we continue to pull away in the AFC North. A win today clinches the division for us, if we haven't already, due to just the ways that it'll break down. But the Ravens did lose, which means that we might be one step closer to that first round bye, and we currently are projected to have that first round bye. So I'm assuming the Bills lost. A win today, or a win in this game against the Chargers, would very much seal the game or the season up with that first round bye. But before we do that, let's take a quick look at the standings. I want to see where the Bills are sitting. And it does look like we have clinched at least the playoffs. I can't remember off the top of my head what the X means. I don't remember if that's division or playoffs. But the Bills are the same record as us. So what I'm thinking, if we sim this, we'll sim this next game against the Chargers. If we win and the Bills lose and we have that nice separation, we're going to see some of the backups play, and we'll watch a majority of the last game against the Steelers with the backups just to see what they could do and make sure that we get our important, I don't say important because that's everyone on the team is important, but our number one guys a little bit of rest before the playoffs, make sure they're nice and healthy. So let's sim this game against the Chargers. They're 8-7. They have a good defense, but we could definitely take advantage of their offense. Let's sim it. And for the first time in several weeks, we drop a game, this time to the Chargers, 28-17. We ended up having more yards than them, but they just took care of business. Let's see kind of how it broke down, and I could already see a reason why. 246 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions for Paul Schillinger. He was also sacked 3 times, completed only 54% of his passes. In the rushing department, Zeke ran fairly well, 4.6 yards a carry, 1 touchdown. Schillinger only ran once. Campbell got a jet sweep, but not for much. Chris Olave, 1 touchdown, 81 yards on 7 catches. Holiday, 41 on 3. Ruckert, 40 on 5. Garrett Wilson, 26 on 2. Could have used a better day from him. DeGuara, 21 on 2. Josie Love, 19 on 2. And then a couple other guys got a couple more. But just seems like maybe some turnovers might have cost us today. Or at least in this game. On defense, Jerome Baker again led us in tackles. And we had 4 tackles for a loss, 1 for Young, Bell, Hamilton, and Werner. And it looks like Chase Young had a big game in the sack department. 3 sacks for him, Davon Hamilton with 1. And in the kicking department, 1 for 1 on field goals, 2 for 2 on extra points. So I think it really just came down to the turnovers. Might have tossed one late that ended up costing us the chance to make something at the end. But that means we will be playing our starters in the last game because they will probably be fighting for that first round bye. And it is important to note in week 1, we did play the Bills and we won 13-7. So we have the tiebreaker on them, which by the fact that we had been in the first seed last week would make sense. As for this week, we still have that first round bye. So that means the Bills lost. If we win, we secure that first round bye. It's another big game against the Steelers. And we've got ourselves a blizzard here in Cincy. We start with a run right down the middle, a gain of 11 for Zeke. First play, first down. Obviously, like I had said earlier in the episode, we just played against the Steelers at the end of last episode, and it was a tremendous game. That was the game that we saw Olave and Schillinger have tremendous games. Olave starting it off right here with a gain of 45 yards down to the 19. Yeah, that was the day that Schillinger got his superstar dev trait. Olave probably should also have that, but I don't really think any of our receivers have anything more than a star sack here. Lowry gets through our line. We've seen that happen far too often in the recent games. We'll bring up 2nd and 18. So we'll come out spread, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Will be a run down the middle from Zeke, who gets by the first round of guys, but not able to get by the next. 3rd and 14. 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom off screen. Will be another pass, quick pass, this time to Rucker, who gets by number 34 and powers his way, rolls over the defender for the first down. I need another drink of water. This will definitely be the last video recorded in this spree of recordings, I guess you could call it. 1st and goal. Schillinger will find his receiver in the end zone. Rashawn Holiday will score early in this game, and I'm hoping we're going to score often. And now is the Steelers' time to try to answer back. Lamar Jackson having a pretty good year, but his passing numbers aren't even as good as Schillinger. So that just shows you how good of a rookie year Schillinger is having. But they do get a first down pass there. I think a gain of 12, yes, to Mike Williams. This is a very well-built offense. We have several guys we will need to stop, and they will find another guy here for the first down. That's number 12 for about a gain of another 12. Yeah, exactly, Van Jefferson. So far for the Steelers' first 2 plays, 2 gains of 12. Be another, not a shotgun, but a pistol set. And here comes Chase Young, and he will find Lamar Jackson in the backfield. Loss of 6. First sack of the game, at least for us, because the Steelers definitely had one on our first possession. 2nd and 16 at the 43. 3 receivers to the bottom. Will be a run down the middle. Dalvin Cook breaks first contact, but then brought down by Davon Hamilton. Gain of 5, bringing up 3rd and 11. They have a shotgun set, 2 to the top, 1 receiver to the bottom. It will be a pass. Lamar Jackson going to scramble and not able to be found by Hubbard, but a great job in pursuit by Jerome Baker. Will bring him down 4th and 8. Defense gets a stop just before or just after midfield. Starting at basically the 30-yard line, will come out empty set, 2 to the top, trips to the bottom. Will be a pass to Rucker, basically at the dashes. We get about almost a first down, gain of about 9.5 yards, marked just shy at the 38. 2nd and 1. Will be another pass. Schillinger waiting, pass rush coming in, and he holds on to it, but it will be a loss of about 8 yards. Maybe 9 yards. Loss of 9 yards. Now we'll back him up 3rd and 11 now at the 29, so further back from where we started this drive. Will be a pass here on 3rd and 11 across to the outside and intercepted. Number 34 undercut the route. I believe that's Minka Fitzpatrick. No, Jalen Thompson? I think Jalen is his first name. Either way, Steelers now have the ball. You saw for a second what Schillinger was looking for, but a great job there from the safety. And that puts the Steelers in scoring position to start the drive, already at the 22. Not very far from the end zone at all. Will be a play action. Lamar Jackson going to end up scrambling here and will slide down in front of Jeff Okudah. Now on 2nd and 7 after the gain of 3. Trips to the top, 1 lone receiver spread to the bottom, but Dalvin will take the handoff down the middle. We'll get about a gain of 3. Mark it 3rd and 4. A stop here from the defense would be great, especially after the interception. It looks like it was trips to the bottom, 1 lone up top, and an inaccurate throw. Again, that quick stop, it's not really a zig, but almost that zig without, going towards the flat. 4th and 4, field goal unit out, and it is good, giving the Steelers their first points of the day. 3 points, 4-point deficit. Well, we had a really good first possession, and the second possession, not so good. You know, we lost some yardage and then had the INT, obviously pretty bad. Schillinger here looking for someone, but pass rush coming in again, and this time the ball hits the turf. Luckily, the lineman falls on it. I believe that was maybe Jonah Jackson who recovered it. But the line has got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. He's been taking way too many hits the later part of this season. Hand the ball off, we'll get a gain of 3 and 3rd and 19. I'm gonna jump in to help start this second quarter. And on 3rd and 19, we have Olave going deep down the numbers and a couple guys on some deep out/in routes, depending on where they were going. And again, just no blocking up front. We'll punt. Well, after not much from our offense, the Steelers' offense back on the field. They're able to draw a little bit closer following the interception, but haven't been able to get a touchdown on the board yet. Defense doing a good enough, actually doing a pretty good job, considering they started at the 22 the last time. Defense doing a pretty good job. 2nd and 1 will be a pass. Lamar Jackson to the outside, complete to number 81, headed down the sideline down to about the 42. That was a big game to Austin Hooper, who was a huge part of their success in the previous matchup, and someone that we were looking to take away in this one as they go down the middle. Josh Jacobs, gain of nothing, just back to the line of scrimmage. Follow that up with a shotgun set. 2 receivers stacked to the bottom, 1 up top. Hard count from Lamar, doesn't get anyone to jump, and it'll be a run down the middle, stretch to the outside actually. Dalvin Cook get forward for a gain of 4. They definitely have a good running back group here and even a really good receiving group as well. You expect them to continually be in the top, and unfortunately it looked like the receiver that Lamar was going for there slipped. So they'll send out the field goal unit, kicking from the 45, make it a 55-yarder, just shy of 1. And that one barely squeaks in. Good enough leg there. Good enough accuracy, but Kurt will draw this game even closer, 7-6. So far today, defense being the keys for both teams here, really. We've had, I think this is our 4th possession now, so first possession on offense was solid. The next 2, not very good. Good start to this one, though, with a pass to Olave, first down to the 39. And, of course, our defense playing pretty well, limiting the Steelers to only 6 field goals, including one that was started inside the 25, and we're going to miss Olave there barely. That's one of those that you have to get. You could blame it on the weather, but you still got to find a way to complete those. We'll go with the toss here, 2nd and 10, and needed our running back Zeke to cut up a little bit sooner than that. 3rd and 9. If you could get me close to the first downer, I would go for it on 4th. 3rd and 9 will be a pass across the middle, and Ruckert will get the first down. No need to go for it because he's got it. And after that first down gain, just past midfield, come out, trips to the top, shotgun set here. Will be a pass across the middle, going to find Rayshon Holiday. First down gain of about 12, 13 yards. And that gets us inside the 40. Just need to continue this here. Come out with a bunch. To the bottom will be another pass. Up top, we have a wide open Olave. Down inside the 15. They mark it down at the 15. That's definitely not a good spot, but we'll take it. And yeah, that's more like the 14. Come on, Madden. Come out, pistol set. Single back, 2 receivers to the bottom, and that's where we're going, towards the bottom to their tight end, Ruckert, who stays on his feet and falls just shy of the goal line. 1st and goal at the inch marker. Not that there's actually a marker. Bunch to the top. Hard count. Doesn't get anyone to jump. And we're going to find a receiver in the... not really in the back, but Garrett Wilson gets a touchdown on the board. Finally able to get back into the end zone. We'll make it a 14-6 game when they made PAT. And following a holding on the return, Steelers starting at the 11. We'll go with a play action here. Lamar Jackson going to throw and miss. Dalvin Cook, who looked like he maybe slipped, trying to cut back on that curl route, was almost intercepted. Would have been devastating for the Steelers. But instead, they'll stay alive here. Only down 8 points. Lamar Jackson going to scramble, and he's going to find a lot of yardage. Jerome Baker in pursuit will finally get tackled by, I believe, Pete Werner. And that was one of the things we worked on all week in practice to make sure we limited was Lamar Jackson's scramble ability. 2-minute warning, 14-6. Steelers have the ball at the 43, still looking to get past midfield and haven't been able to put the ball in the end zone today. We'll get a pass across the middle, number 18, now passing midfield to about the 42. And that was Mike Williams on the reception. His second of the day, 27 yards in total. And another pass to him will be caught for about a gain of 4, so tack that on to whatever number I just previously said. On 2nd and 6 will be another shotgun set. 3 receivers spread to the bottom. Will be another pass across the middle. This one broken up. Denzel Ward. I believe that was intended for Austin Hooper. We'll bring up a 3rd and 6 in field goal range. And we definitely read the screen rather than attacking the quarterback. We didn't really play the screen very well either. First down gain, timeout called. And with just over a minute, the Steelers have to move the ball 30 yards to get to the end zone. Will be a draw here, and good blocking for a second, but good read from Jerome Baker. We'll get the quick stop after maybe a gain of about 2. Steelers stop the clock again. Only one timeout left, 57 seconds on the clock, 28 yards to go. Lamar in the backfield, going to roll out, and there's Sam Hubbard with another sack. He heard about some of these edge rushers in the next draft class, and he's like, hey, I'm playing really well. You don't need to replace me if we don't win this Super Bowl. And the Steelers will elect to not use their final timeout. Now under 30 seconds left on the clock, and they will almost get intercepted. Jerome Baker drops it. And with 4th and 16, they will send the field goal unit out, kicking from the 43, a 53-yarder. They hit a 55-yarder earlier, and this one is also good. All field goals for the Steelers in the first half. And with 15 seconds left on the clock, why not go for it here? We have all 3 timeouts. Might be able to get something over the top. Maybe Ruckert across the middle. Solid hands, broke the tackle too. Quick timeout. We'll have 8 seconds left. And that might have been the boost from having Schillinger with the boost to tight end catching when open. Might have been what got him open there. And they are going to double cover our deep receiver. We don't have a lot of time left, and we will miss out on the opportunity to get anything on this drive. If we had a quick pass, would have been able to call a timeout, but instead we'll head into halftime with a slim lead, 14-9. And we'll start off with a little bit of a quicker sim penalty to start the drive, loss of 5, but then Dalvin gets 14 of that. 2nd and 1, first down rush, Dalvin. Both through the air and on the ground. Josh Jacobs subs him out, but then loses 2 yards. 9 yards to Van Jefferson, brings up 3rd and 2, and they're close. And they do get it. Lamar Jackson follows that up with a 9-yard rush. 11 to D-Hop. Haven't seen him yet today. Derek Forrest, our backup safety, injured on the play. Followed that up with another rush from Dalvin Cook. Van Jefferson gets him inside the 15, looking like this might be a touchdown drive as Dalvin gets him even closer, and a penalty on Eric Wilson. We'll give him a free set of downs, and Mike Williams with the touchdown. Steelers get the 2-point conversion, and now they're up 3. Now it's time for our offense to answer back. Our defense has given us plenty of time to build a fantastic lead, and we haven't been able to do it so far. Schillinger looking for a pass, will throw away late, caught maybe for a gain of 1. They do mark it gain of 2. 13 of 16 on the day, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. On 2nd and 8 will be a quick pass, this time caught by Holiday. Looks like it was almost a pick play, but Ruckert didn't end up touching the corner, so it was legal. 3 catches, 32 yards for Holiday on the day. On 1st and 10, now up to the 40. Coming out with a tight shotgun set will be a play action, pass deep, or maybe medium to about the opposite 40. Narked down at the 37 goes Olave. Staying out in that same tight formation, now in plus territory. This time will we run it? No, another pass. Schillinger across the middle, going to find Garrett Wilson underneath for a gain of about 6-7 yards after he continually Try to fight for some extra yards there. Gotta appreciate that. Don't see that too often nowadays. Come out under center this time. And it will be another play action. And then throw over, and Olave close to the 5, marked at the 6. Nice touch pass there from Schillinger. Found that little gap in between the deep part of the DBs and then the underneath coverage. And nice play design as well. We had a underneath receiver. I want to say it was Elliott, who kind of drew down some of that coverage. Really opened that up for Olave. Read option. Here goes Schillinger down the middle. Marked down just shy of the touchdown. He thought he was in, but he wasn't. Second and goal will come out in a shotgun power formation. Josie Love in at running back. 2 receivers stack up top. Will be a run down the middle. Josie is in. Rolls on top of his lineman. And he's in for a touchdown to retake the lead in favor of your Ohio boys. And once again, Steelers now trailing. They'll come out with a bunch to the bottom. D-Hop lone to the top. Will be a pass here. 2 underneath and almost intercepted. Jerome Baker again drops an INT. Believe the intended receiver was Hooper. On 2nd and 10 will be another pass, this time to the outside. D-Hop gets the catch, but doesn't get much out of it. Only a gain of 2. On 3rd and 8. 2 receivers up top, 1 to the bottom. Shotgun, hard count, but doesn't get anyone to jump. Lamar Jackson will scramble, and he will get the first down and a bunch more. About a gain of 18 to 20 yards there. With that fresh set of downs, we will not see a play. End of the 3rd quarter. We will head into the 4th. Close game, 21-17. On 1st and 10, quick pass underneath and caught for about a gain of 5 to 6 yards. They'll give it gain of 6. Follow it up with another shot. A lot of shotgun set here for the Steelers. Bunch to the top, D-Hop at the bottom. Be a pass. This time will be complete to 81. I believe that was the same play that they tried to run earlier that Jerome Baker dropped the INT. And apparently now we have our strip ball on aggressive. So we'll see how that pans out for us. Twins at the top, 1 lone receiver to the bottom. They will find Hooper. Akuda will bring him down just after the catch, gain of 3. Finally come out in a bit of a heavier set here. More what you're used to with the Steelers. Josh Jacobs in the backfield huffing and puffing. I don't even think he's been out on the field, but he has open running room here. Von Bell in pursuit will bring him down at about the 18. They mark it 17. Big rush there for Josh Jacobs and the Steelers. Really gives them a bit of momentum, a little bit of life here now inside the red zone. Looking to take their 2nd lead of the day. Will be another pass from Lamar. No, he's going to scramble. Hubbard not able to contain, and he's going to hit the outside, and he is in. Steelers take the lead with a Lamar Jackson scramble touchdown. And it is time to start icing this game. March down the field slow, steady, get the victory. Zeke will get forward for about a gain of 3 on the first carry of the drive, only his 5th carry of the game. We really have not ran the ball much at all. 2nd and 7, same formation, 2 tight ends to the left, 1 tight end to the right, all 3 on the line. Will be a run down the middle. Zeke powering through for the first down. Nice strong run, good blocking up front. Following that first down rush, we'll spread a little bit here. Shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 2 tight ends to the right. Josie Love in at running back and not able to fully power through 56, but does fall forward. Bringing up 2nd and 6, same formation. Going to go with a pass play here. Got some underneath routes, and I did not see that slot. No, that's the safety. Thompson was sitting underneath. Did not see him till after I threw the ball. So luckily DeGuara got the catch, even though we lose 2. And on 3rd and 7, need a first down here. About 3 minutes left on the clock. We do have an open receiver underneath. That is Olave for the first down. About a gain of 10, maybe 11. And bringing out a pair of fresh legs, Ben Pierce in at running back, the 3rd string power back. Very much of a similar play style to that of Zeke, but just a little bit of a smaller frame. Gets a gain of 6. And we'll hit the 2-minute warning. Game close, 24-21. At the 40, now we'll take the chew clock off. Again, we don't want to leave the Steelers much time, but we need to get the ball in the end zone. Good blocking, and a face mask comes in. I said good blocking. Myers could have made it good blocking, but he didn't go block the guy. Luckily, we get this face mask, and we'll take a free first down to the 24 on Eddie Jackson. On 1st and 10, Gilliam in at fullback. Zeke back in the backfield. Will be a run down the middle. Good blocking up front. Follow their blocks. Get a solid game of about 7. Say 6. I was close. Again, want to make sure we score without leaving much time on the clock for the Steelers. We saw what happened in that Ravens game when we left too much time on the clock, but Josie Love is in. We might have left too much time on the clock. But a young guy, he took the touchdown when it came to him. Good blocking up front. Got to give credit there. The speed, ran away from everyone. Thompson close to getting the stop. Kind of wish he would have, but we'll take the lead. And now with 1:27 seconds left on the clock, Lamar Jackson is in his X-Factor mode. They have all 3 timeouts, so do we. He'll start with a dump off and will not find Dalvin Cook. Threw a crossbody and ended up being an inaccurate throw. Led him by about 2 to 3 yards more than what he should have. 2nd and 10, gonna scramble. Again, Hubbard not able to maintain that containment. That's it. Luckily, we have I believe it was one of our linebackers, was able to get over there. 3rd and 4, bunch to the top of the formation for the Steelers. Be a pass down to the bottom and intercepted. That is Sauce Gardner, who's had multiple opportunities to get a boost to, maybe not his dev, but at least some XP boost. But he hasn't been able to find the big play. There is the big play. That might have sealed our first round bye in the NFL playoffs. And all we have to do is run out this clock. They have 2 timeouts. Big shout out today, though, to Olave, who's had just shy of 150 yards through the air. He's continued to dominate this Steelers team. And again, just needing that 1 first down to seal this game up. I don't trust the CPU to do it. Zeke down the middle, fight forward, pushing through. And I think that might have been it. Last timeout from the Steelers. First down will kneel out the clock. And as the time ticks off the clock, we should have just locked in our first round bye into the NFL playoffs. The first time we've made it to the playoffs. First season, we won 4 games. Second season, we won 6 games. Third season, we're headed to the playoffs with that first round bye after having a tremendous second half of the season. Really, I believe only losing 2 games the entire second half. First half also really only lost 2 games. It was just a great season all the way around. Really put things together, and Schillinger, a big part of it. And that is how we wrap out the regular season with yet again another close game against the Steelers. This time it didn't go as late into the game as the previous, but we finish season 3 with a 13-4 regular season record. Now it moves on to do or die time. We should have that first round bye. So let's sim on over to the next week, the wild card round, and see if we do. And indeed, we secured that first round bye. First time we make the playoffs is with that first round bye. So instead of the Bills being that first round, it is us. Instead, they will be playing the Patriots, and then it looks like the Colts and Chargers, which means by the look of this, we also knocked the Steelers out of the playoff with that win as well. So Colts and Chargers, Chiefs and Ravens. We will see them possibly one more time. It would be in the AFC Championship if we do. Over on the NFC, their first round bye team, Washington Commanders. We beat them today, like what, 42-22, 41-22, something like that. So good news for us, I would assume. Behind them, we have the Seahawks as the 2, Vikings as the 7, Packers as 3, Cardinals 6, and then Buccaneers 4, Rams 5. Obviously, I want us to make it to the Super Bowl, but besides that, let's go with the Vikings, because they rarely ever do well in any sort of Madden gameplay, besides when I take over them, as I did in Madden 22. But that is the end of the regular season, which means we're obviously moving into postseason play, and that changes how this series works a little bit. But before we talk about that, I do want to show stats of the regular season, and then we'll talk a little bit about what comes next with the series with us in the postseason. So Paul Schillinger, in his rookie year, throws for over 4,500 yards, 39 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, averaging 68 completion percentage. That's not too bad. As a rookie, it's really good, considering most of the year he didn't even have his superstar dev trade either. So really good from Schillinger. Zeke goes over 1,000 yards again, 3 touchdowns, 11 touchdowns. I was looking at Josie Love with 3 touchdowns. Only carried the ball 53 times for 198 yards, averaged 3.7 yards a carry. Schillinger had 2 rushing touchdowns. Ben Pierce had 1, as well as Olave and Reggie Gilliam. In the receiving game, Chris Olave just shy of 1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns, and once again, Jeremy Ruckert just shy of 1,000 yards. That's 3 years in a row that he's had receiving total yardage in the 900s. I believe his rookie year, he was like 998 or something. So an insane tight end. Pick him up if he's available for you. 9 touchdowns for him on the season, same as Garrett Wilson, who caught 68 passes for 813 yards. So seeing a significant less amount of receptions than Olave and Ruckert, about 30 less. Holiday, who had just a few less, had 6 touchdowns, 778 yards. Zeke had about 350 through the air as well. DeGuara, 2 touchdowns, 161 yards. Josie Love had a receiving touchdown on 93 yards. Quentin Morris, 1 touchdown, 48 yards. And Parrish Campbell really didn't play all too much. 4 catches, 35 yards. He also ran the ball a few times. In terms of our offensive line, no one gave up a sack a game, so not bad. Jonah Jackson gave up the most with 9. On defense, who else but Jerome Baker leads us in tackles, 137. Tackles for loss goes to Chase Young with 13, followed closely behind Davon Hamilton with 12, Sam Hubbard 10, and then 7 for Werner and Togiai. Baker and Bell both have 6, 2 for Gardner, and then 1 for Ward and Jonathan Sapp. Sack leader is Chase Young, averaging over a sack a game. Hubbard had 11, so at least 2 guys in the double digits. But then a steep drop off to Pete Werner with 3.5, Togiai 1.5, Hamilton 1, as well as Baker, Bell, and Jonathan Cooper, and then half a sack for Cole Lawrence. Interception leader, again, Jerome Baker. Killed it this year. Will definitely be in his 3rd Pro Bowl. Well, would be, but hopefully will be going to the Super Bowl. So follow behind him, Denzel Ward with 4, 2 for Werner, Gardner, and Okuda, and then 1 for Bell, Sapp, Sheffield, and Derek Forrest. Did we happen to force any fumbles this year? We did only force 4, 2 for Baker, of course, and then 1 for Young and Gilbert, who really didn't see the that much play time. And we did recover all 4, 1 for Baker, 1 for Young, Gilbert, and Sapp. In the kicking department, really good for Sam Sloman, 19 of 20 field goals, 46 of 48 extra points. Couldn't ask for more. Our punter averaged 46.2 yards a punt, so really, really good from the team. And we'll head into the postseason starting next episode, which leads me back to what I was mentioning before the stats. That does change how the series works. No longer is it going to be playing multiple episodes a game. It'll be 1 game per episode, and it'll be up to you guys on how fast those episodes come out. If we win and you guys blow up this video as well as that first playoff game, the second playoff game will be the next day. If we win that game and you blow up that video, the third and final would be the Super Bowl game of either this season or this series will be that next day. We'll continue to roll them out as long as you blow up the video. So make sure you're subscribing and ticking that bell notification to be notified of when these videos go out. They are posted every Wednesday and Saturday. The Cardinals traditional series posted Monday and Thursday. If you haven't checked that out, do that. But Besides making sure that you're blowing up the videos, also make sure you're following me over on Twitter. Always linked in the description box below. You could also just look it up, BigBearB_gaming. Probably the next day, if we win the Super Bowl, the next day I will tweet out a poll for you all to vote on what state or states we do next. So make sure you're following over there so you could have a part of what we end up doing if this series ends with a Super Bowl victory at the end of year 3. If we don't win the Super Bowl, we'll go on to season 4. We'll have an off season and have another go. If we don't win the end of season 4, we try again season 5. And if we don't win at the end of season 5, Ohio is marked as failed for the challenge. Second state only challenge we've done, California being the first. That one succeeded at the end of season 4. Ohio has a chance to beat that. So let's see if we can get that job done. We'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you later. Bye.